Hello and welcome to another look. This time I'm going to look at the Mini Metro by Dinosaur Polo Club. And Mini Metro is basically a real-time puzzle kind of builder game where you have to build metro lines to move people around. And let's jump into the game and I'll show you the game. So the game features currently three different modes: Commuter, Scenic, and Rush Hour. Commuter is basically the mode where you can run for high scores. You can see the leaderboards in here, and these are the cities you can play in. So there's a bunch of cities you can play in, and they all have different maps where you can play, and they present kind of different challenges based on how the layout is. Some have a lot of water, which means you need a lot of tunnels, and others have just a ton of space, and you need to build properly. And it seems how the placement of the metro stations kind of is affected by the map as well. And then there's a scenic mode where you kind of do the same thing, but instead of running for a high score, you go for a peak efficiency. So how much people you're actually moving around, not just the number of highest number you are doing. And in this one, you just try to get as efficient as possible, and you also see the passengers delivered and how many days you manage to survive in there. But the point is to peak your efficiency and do well on that. In the commuter mode, you get new upgrades and new new lines, new tunnels, new stuff every week. So after a Sunday, you get something. In the scenic mode, instead of every week, you get upgrades when you actually reach a certain efficiency level, and you get more. And the rush hour is basically another leaderboard mode. As you can see, some leaderboard numbers there, but it's a lot more hectic than the commuter mode. So commuter mode is kind of like the basic mode, then there's hardcore mode, and then a bit more relaxed scenic mode with a bit more different focus. Let me actually show you the options of the game. So you may have noticed already from this video that there is actually no music or no sound, and the game is currently in early access, and it actually does not feature any audio. But otherwise, it actually has pretty decent options, even a colorblind mode, because the metro lines are color coded, and if you're a colorblind, you're definitely gonna have some issues with some of those colors. So it's nice that there's a colorblind mode included. You can also have a night mode and play during a night time, so it kind of changed the color layout as built a bit. And then there's a decent amount of resolution options, full screen, and also there's a bunch of languages you can play in. So if you feel like picking your own language, there it is. Although the game does not feature that much text at all, other than this options menu really, and when you choose what you're playing as, and also when you're picking the improvements, but it's very little text anyways. But let's jump into the game itself. I'm gonna go with the night mode, and we're picking the commuter mode, and let's pick some nice map. Let's go Cairo. Cairo looks fun. In the Nile there. So let's play. And actually managed to click on the play button. So here we have the basic map. So this is the river going through, and I'm gonna pause the game. So spacebar actually pause the game. It's otherwise real time. So we have three different trains we can do, and these are the different lines we can do as well. So there are 6 in total we can do on this map, and we have 3 unlocked at the moment. And that's the tunnels we can do. So tunnels are used to bridge basically over the river. So if I click on this, these are the metro stations, and the shape of the station kind of nominates which kind of passengers will go there. So the passengers will appear next to the stations, and you move them around with your metros, and you need to basically match the shapes. It doesn't matter which station they get into, as long as it's the same shape as they want to go to. And you drag just a metro line between these 3, and we have a metro going. So I'll unpause the game, and there's the metro going around. There we have the clock appearing here. You can pause it, you can make it faster if you want to. And there was one of the circle round passengers who want to go to the round station. So your metro has 6 spaces on it. You can improve it by adding more carriages or just add another metro on the same line. And they want to go in there, and so you'll have to connect that. And I'm gonna also connect actually, no, I'm gonna leave this there, and I'm gonna connect this red line through there and into there as well. And there's 3 basic shapes: circle, the square, and the triangle. And those are the things you are seeing most. The circles are the most common, triangles then the squares. And then you have like special shapes. There's cross, there's star, pentagon shape, and some other ones as well. And those are basically unique, and they are kind of difficult to handle sometimes when they appear in a random, annoying location, because the stations do appear in random locations, and they're random shaped stations as well, so you can get screwed by the random in this game. But it's not too bad. Sometimes you get a ton of balls or these circular shapes in one location, and it's really annoying, because if you have just a ton of these circular shapes in the same location, you cannot actually move the passengers anywhere. If you get like triangles in those, they're gonna be stuck in there. So there's another metro line going. So you cannot actually pass through other metro line. You have to kind of go through one of these stations, and you can drag the metro line from the edges here. So you want to make it longer. You can make a circle as well, so they go kind of loop around the line. But usually having like a back and forth single line like this is usual. Unless you are in a kind of small area, then a circle or a loop might be a better idea. You can also, between the metro lines, you can move different passengers. So, for example, if the blue line here, or actually the red line, if I got the red line here, and we get square passengers, but it actually doesn't have any square station on the metro line. The square passengers will be picked up from the station wherever they are, and they are dropped into any of these other metro lines that may be on the same station. And if that metro line can move them all the way to the square there or wherever they are going, they actually will switch the metros and get to their destination. So you can kind of change where and which metro is moving what, and sometimes it's actually kind of useful to have like a centralized location to move a lot of like a special passengers to a certain location. Especially if it's an annoying location somewhere in the edge of the map, you want to have like a specialized metro line just for that, and let the other metros handle the other stuff. So it's Monday, so week 2, we get a new locomotive, so we can add another train, and then we have an option which is either line, carriage, or tunnels. And carriage is just an additional carriage to the train or the metro, so it moves more people around. Tunnels is basically more tunnels, you can tunnel more under those, and line is basically a totally new line you can do. So I'm gonna pick tunnels because I'm expecting that I need to add some more tunnels over the bridge, so over the River Nile here. And I have an extra train here as well, so we don't really need the extra train on that line, but you can always move them. You just grab the train and put it there or wherever you want to. I'm just gonna leave it there. And you can also delete and change these lines at will whenever you feel like that you need to do some changes there. You can also click down here and press the X, and it totally removes the whole metro line. And sometimes it actually is really beneficial to just redesign your whole metro system totally, especially when you get some more lines. You just pause the game, delete all metro lines, and just do your new thing wherever you need to go. And another square there. So now that we actually have 2 squares on this line, I could skip this one on the green and make it a bit more straight. Let's keep that locked there. So I'm gonna actually pull this line out of there, and I'm gonna move it. Actually, it's kind of annoying to do. Just leave it there. Let's do it on the blue line here. So blue goes down here instead of going all the way there, and the green one doesn't have to go. The bottom one now. So there's one of the special stations across. and these can be annoying. The cross passengers will spawn on each line, so not only the green line, like there's a cross passenger there on the blue line. Now we can actually see how it's switching between the metro lines. So it gets picked up there by the blue, and then it will drop it here. It will actually add to this one. There's the cross now, and the green picked it up, and it's now moving into the. I guess it's a hospital, a special building there. These are just pyramids on the River Nile, then some apartment blocks, and I don't know what the circle is. Housing as well. Offices. But anyways, that's pretty much the game, and there's another line for me. And as you play the game, it gets more and more complex as you get more and more of these everywhere, more and more passengers you need to move around. And it's actually quite challenging game, even though it looks very simple. I was totally surprised how difficult the game was. I was like, this looks like a Facebook game or some cheap tablet game, but it's actually very nice and chill, kind of relaxed puzzle, real-time builder type of game. I had a lot of fun playing it, although the lack of music and sounds is something that's really harming the game at the moment, and I hope that gets mended as soon as possible, even though it is an early access game, because, well, sometimes music is not too bad because you can always play some music on the background yourself, but having some sounds or notifications in the game would be nice. Especially the thing I'm really missing is like a notification when a new station pops up, because sometimes if it pops up in somewhere edge, you may be distracted for a second and you don't notice it's there. Like I was actually streaming the game and trying the game on my stream, and following the chat there, I was not looking at my main monitor, I was looking at the other monitor, and then there was something popping on the edge there. I was like, no, I keep playing and didn't actually notice it's there. So some kind of notification, better than just this pop-up animation, would be nice, and I'm sure it's coming as soon as the sounds are done and the music is done for the game. But anyways, that's my quick look at the Mini Metro. It's quite affordable and fun, relaxed, kind of puzzle game, like I said already. And I really like it. I highly recommend trying it out. If it at some point is available on tablet, I would think this is a really good tablet game as well. And I would actually prefer playing it on that more than on PC. But anyways, thanks for watching again. I'll see you guys on some next quick looks on my twitch.tv/Belloner live stream. That happens every day, every week. And also check out my Let's Plays and other videos on my YouTube channel. I'll see you guys. Have a fun time.